Good morning again, or good afternoon, and welcome back to the Vegetarian Cooking Show for Healthy Mind and Body, coming to you from our domestic kitchen in Perth. And I'm just going to do a little disclaimer because we are not a commercial kitchen, we're just an ordinary domestic kitchen, and so we don't need to wear hairnets or gloves or masks, so we don't have any restrictions for COVID in Perth. So I just would like to do that first, but we will wear gloves to handle the food. And beside me I have Sister Ranita, and what we're going to do today is just go over what we've already done on our previous shows so that you have an idea of what's going on. And if you haven't seen the previous shows, you can go back and watch them sometime. And she's going to explain to you the higher science behind healthy eating and how we're doing the sequence of the shows. So over to you, Ranita.
Thank you, Maureen. So in the last episode, first episode, we have seen about the 5 elements, our body made of 5 elements, and how we are going to adjust our health of body and mind with the 5 elements. So these 5 elements are: first is sky, which is the fasting period; then air, we drink green juice; then fire contains fruits, and water, root vegetables, and earth is grain. And I have explained this circle as well. So the first 8 hours in a day, this is about the fasting. So our body is a healing time for the body. And then next 8 hours for cleansing, where we drink green juice and red juice and all. And then now is a digestion period. So what is in the digestion period? So that contains of food. So how we going to have our food and how it should be cooked. So today Maureen is going to show you what she likes.
Okay, so first of all, before I will cook, I would actually put together a few green vegetables, because anything green is really good for your digestion. And in this little bowl here, which I've had soaking, I've washed it all and drained the water from, there is a snow peas, there is some cucumber, and there is some spinach leaves. And that's what I would call my green salad. And I would prepare this and have it ready and eat it half an hour before I eat the food I've cooked. So that's preparing this digestion in the stomach to start breaking down all the food that we're going to put into it that it hasn't had all day. Mm-hmm. So that's step 1.
So you also washed in the soda water?
I washed in, yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
So you soaked it for half an hour and then you drain it, and this is in the, it's a sieve, is it? And then the water comes out. Okay.
Yeah. So that's done.
Is it your trick that to eat the less food?
It's a little bit of a trick. You do eat less food when you have a salad first. It's very interesting. We tend to often have salad with our meals, but salad before the meals is quite a good idea.
Yeah. It fills your half of the portion of your stomach, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's good.
And feel light also, whatever we eat after having salad.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yes, good idea, and you eat much less. Yeah. So in this bowl here, I have, now I'm going to make a stir fry today, just a very simple and quick stir fry, because often we don't have a lot of time to cook, and because in the evenings we have meditation and classes going on. So sometimes it's good if we can have something quick to cook if we're running late at any time. So usually before we start cooking, we shower, put on new clothes, and then have a couple of minutes silence just to prepare the mind to get ready for the cooking. And what I have done here is, in a bowl I have put 1 square of rice noodles.
Is it enough for your dinner, is it?
Yeah, for one person, 1 square.
Oh.
But that's just for the grain.
Yeah.
This is not counting the vegetables, this is just the grain. You know, often we like to have something with our meals. If you were Indian, you would have a roti. If you were,
that's what I'm wondering.
So this is my grain. I'm not really into rotis too much, but I like some rice noodles or some rice pasta or something. I tend to stay away from the wheat because it's not good for me. And what I usually do before I start to stir fry any vegetables is I soak the noodles in some boiling hot water, which I've already just boiled the water, so I'm just going to pour this on.
So there is no need to like put the pan and then boil the water and then put the noodles. So this is good idea to just soak it into the boiled water.
Yeah, they just soften on their own. Only takes about 5 to 6 minutes to soften.
Oh, so this is the brand you are using, right?
Yeah, this is the brand I'm using. And they come in squares, and it's good, these squares, because they give you a portion size.
Yeah, it's one for one person.
Yeah, you get 8 squares in a packet, and I should tell you, 8 squares feeds 30 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not for a full meal, but for a side dish on a plate.
Because you put a lot of vegetables.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So today, what I have prepared is just 3 vegetables, and basically I just used what was in the fridge. I didn't go and buy anything specially.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so we had some green beans, some red capsicum, and some mushrooms. I mean, you can use anything you like. You can use zucchini, you can use sweet potato, you can use carrot, any vegetables you like for stir fry, and you can cut them however you like, because some people like their vegetables long, some people like them in cubes. I tend to like my vegetables a bit like this, easier to eat. And I've also prepared some ginger. I ground some ginger in our ginger grinder as well, some fresh ginger as well.
Ginger. So this she can use for like a week, Maureen. You can use it for 2-3 days, right?
Yeah, as long as it stays in the fridge and you keep it covered, it will stay fresh.
And I usually don't take the skin off of the ginger because it contains a lot of nutritional value in the skin. But some people say, oh, it's a royalty, you should remove the skin. But it's not what royalty is. But we're getting a lot of benefit from the skin. So always great. First thing is you have to soak it in the soda bicarb and then grind it in the mixer with the skin. You'll get a lot of benefit.
Yeah, well, this one actually didn't have any skin.
Yeah,
because some shops say it's white ginger. It's a very fresh ginger. Yeah. So anyway, so now what I'm going to do here, I've got some ingredients in front of me. So here we have. This is gluten-free soy sauce. You know, they do everything now for people who are wheat-free, which is really helpful. And so this is gluten-free soy sauce. And there's quite a few different brands of these, so I'm not going to advertise a brand.
Yeah, only we have to see no onion, garlic.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. And here we have some Chinese 5-spice, which you can buy in all brands of spices as well. That's often very helpful. And a little tip someone gave me is white pepper. Rather than use black pepper, use white pepper. That's very helpful. And here I have a vegetarian stir-fry sauce. Now, sometimes I use this, but just be aware if you are a wheat-free person, or you're a celiac or something, this actually contains wheat, so you have to be careful with these stir-fry sauces.
No onion garlic, right?
No onion garlic, no. It's a mock-up mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, it's vegetarian stir-fry sauce made from mushrooms. And here we have the sesame oil, which I'll show you. We will use that later on as well. So I'm going to do it in sequence, and I have in front of me my, I forget what you call these now.
So sesame oil, right?
Yeah, so this is a really good quick cooker.
And this is an induction stove you are using?
Yeah, that's what it is, an induction stove. I forgot what it was called for a minute. And so it turn it on, And it actually has a setting on it for stir fry. So and it will take you to the temperature of 160. And so it heats up quite quickly. So you don't have to worry about waiting for the stove and is it the right temperature, etc. And what I'm going to do now is just pour in a little bit of oil, not too much. And you can see I'm using rice bran oil. Ranita's a lover of coconut oil, but I like to use rice bran because it also takes high heat as well. And I'll put that aside. And then in the oil, I will just put a little bit of ginger, not too much, because and put the ginger in. You can hear it sizzling away. And I might actually just take this off for a second because it is actually quite hot. And add some pepper. And also add that's actually my cooker doing that because I've taken it off the heat. There we go. And add some thing. And then just very quickly add the veg. Give it a stir. And then add the vegetables. Okay. So that goes in here like that. And often I just put a fraction of hot water, just a little bit. Because I don't want it to be soy sauce until the end. Okay, so the vegetables are being stir-fried and cooked, and it's according to taste how hard you want your vegetables to cook. For me, I don't have any teeth on one side, but if you like them hard and crunchy, you can have the stir-fry as crunchy as you like. And I've also drained the noodles. So just on top of the noodles, I'm just going to pour just a little bit of sesame oil. And that just gives a really nice taste. And then I'm going to tip the noodles into the stir fry and then stir them in.
So Maureen, I see this black wok. Is it non-stick? Or?
Yeah, this is an iron cast pot. This is, actually it's a very, very good pot, and you really have to look after these iron pots because they're great for cooking, but when you wash them you have to oil them afterwards, otherwise they rust, and people think, oh, they're no good, so they don't use them a lot, but they're the best thing to cook in. They don't have too many bad things in them.
So you get the iron, natural iron from the cooking. So
yeah.
People are thinking it's iron deficiency and all, so we get natural iron from the iron pots.
Yeah.
And nowadays we are using all these non-sticks, which is the full of chemical.
Yeah.
But if we cook in a right way, nothing sticks to the bottom.
Yeah, the other ones might cook quickly, but they also have got that whatever it is in it that's not meant to be good for you.
Meditation taught me to have attention. So when I'm cooking, I'm very attentive. I'm paying all my attention to cooking only, so it doesn't burn or it doesn't overcook. So
you might have just seen then I just tipped in the soy sauce at the end. I didn't cook the vegetables in the soy sauce because what I find sometimes is if it's a bit hot, the soy sauce burns and goes and takes all the flavour out of the food. So here I've added the noodles and the soy sauce with a little bit of sesame oil, and
so no need to salt, huh? Maureen, I didn't see any salt.
No need to salt because there's in this soy sauce there's already salt, so you don't want to add any more unless you're a salt freak, but as you know, sodium's not very good for the body. And voila, this is the stir fry, a very quick stir fry.
I can't eat now, but I can have in the evening. Can I have one plate, please? I can save it for me.
Yeah, maybe give me a spoon to dish it out with, because I can't help. Yeah.
So it looks nice, green and red and
so it just comes out like that, looking very simple.
So I noticed that you put a lot of vegetables and only a little bit noodles. So that's a good idea to fill up
Yeah.
less grain and more vegetables.
Yeah, and but you can add anything to the stir fry that you like, but best to have one grain at a time. That's what they highly recommend for digestion anyway. Otherwise, body's always working very hard. And if you put tofu and nuts and all these things in, then doubly hard the digestive system has to work. So that's just a very simple stir fry. So afterwards, Pranita will try that. So bon appetit.
Yeah. Thank you for not having nuts, because nuts are full of protein. And this is rice noodles, so it's cross, like, the body get confused. I should digest the protein first, or this starch first, or a vegetable first. So it's a good idea to have only one grain at a time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. Now we are going to see how to cook dal. Maureen, but you don't like dal, huh?
Not really.
Because what I noticed when I came to Australia, I saw people cook dal very in a wrong way. There is no method how to cook. Even I saw many Indians also, they cook dal in a wrong way. What traditional way was very good. How to cook. First thing, you have to understand the science behind it. As I said, in the earth is the heaviest element, and the grain comes a lot. Like, means they grow in the earth, and they takes a lot of time. Like, for example, this spinach, how long is in 3 weeks it grows?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3
Very
weeks.
quick.
Yeah. So it digests in the stomach is very quickly too. So now, when we are eating this dal, in the originally dal is in a dry form, right? It's very dry. So first thing we have to do to soak dal first, at least 2 hours, because it's a heaviest element, earth. So what water does, it makes it light. So we minimum 2 hours, maximum 5-6 hours you can soak the dal before you cook. If you are cooking dal in the morning, soak it full night. It becomes light. As I said, in the nuts also, there are some enzymes, it's a protein. So protein has to release.
Do you have to change the water at all?
Yeah, when you next day you are going to cook, change the water. And then cook. So if it is now for one person, actually this much spoon I put for one person. And dal has to be liquid. When I saw people eating very thick dal, like one this spoon is enough for one person, because we are not eating we are eating too much protein and we are not spending it, because I sit in front of the computer for 8-10 hours, so where I'm going to digest my protein in? So one day people eat like this much dal and lot of vegetable. It is very easy to digest. So I'm going to show you how to cook it now. So I already cooked this dal. So for this much dal, one spoon, I put a little bit, like 4 spoons of water, hot water, and I cooked it on the slow, because the cooking procedure is very important. What mostly the Indian, you must have seen the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing to cook in.
Scary thing when it blows up on the roof.
Yeah. And the four whistles, 5 whistles, and all the molecule structure of dal has gone. Anything, it has to be cooked slowly. Your pot should be hot first, and then slowly the water boiling, and then the dal is boiling, and it becomes soft. And then you can eat that dal, is easy to digest. But how much quantity? So this much thick dal, if I'm eating, is too much protein in my body. So we'll see now. And I love coconut oil, so I put this because coconut oil is alkaline and is very easy on body to digest. It doesn't make any acid in the body. So a little bit oil I put in. And an Indian thing you must have seen this. Things are so many things. People get confused with the spices, which spice I can put first and which last. So this is the hardest spice. This is mustard. Then we have fenugreek seeds. Then we have cumin. This is coriander powder, and this is some kind of masala, and this is chili. I'm not going to use chili today. So just all these spices I'm going to use. So the oil is hot now. So oil should be hot. Then only you can put little bit mustard seed. Mustard seed is good for the digestion. It increases your appetite as well. So I put a little bit of that. And then second thing should be cumin seed, because cumin seed is light, so it might splatter very quickly. So the mustard seed should splatter, and then cumin seed is in the light, in the nature. And there is splatter. You should hear that splatter. How it's splattering. This is the way it should splatter. And then I'm going to put some ginger. It's very good anti-inflammatory. And then in the last I put some turmeric. Turmeric, and then it has some asafoetida, and then I have some pumpkin. So this is a pumpkin dal. So I put a lot of skin on the pumpkin. Yes, because skin is very important. What we usually do, we throw out the good thing. Has a lot of nutritional value, and I'll put little bit water. So pumpkin is very easy to cook, so it will cook very easily. And then I'm going to add some green beans. So you can add any vegetable you have. So I like some colorful. So before we eat through the mouth, we eat through our nose and eyes. So there's like the cooking should be green light. So I put the lid on and it should cook. Yeah. So it is cooked a little bit now. See this one. And now I'm going to add this dal. I add water. Now, whenever you're cooking, always put your salt at the last, because if we cook with the salt, all the good nutritional values will go away with this harsh chemicals in the salt. And you can eat dal as much as you can, like it's like a soup. Never eat dal very quick. Let it boil now. So nice flavor of pumpkin, the beans, and ginger. Okay. Yeah, it's absorbed. If you put the salt first, all that flavor goes. Now see the consistency, like it's like a soup. And because of pumpkin, it's very soft, so it goes like mushy a little bit after boiling. And then I'm going to add some spinach at the end. And because we have soaked it in the soda bicarb, it will stay green like this. So at the end, I just add a little bit of this. And everyone likes tomato flavor, but tomato is a fruit. If we cook it, it becomes very acidic. If you eat it raw, it's alkaline. Anything in the nature, when we eat it as the same as nature has given, which is uncooked, it is alkaline. But whenever we cook it, it becomes acidic. So at the end, I'm going to put this tomato.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually what we do, especially Indians, they like the gravy of tomato, but it is too acidic. You can have sometimes, but every day if I eat that sauce or puree or the gravy of tomato, that's why you get a lot of acidity. So now you can get the flavor of all the vegetables and the dal. And what we usually do, we put a lot of masala into it. And all the flavor is taken by the masalas. And people think like onion and garlic, they are overpowering. So we need aroma of the food, not overpowering anything. So now it's simmer, and at the last, I'm going to put some salt. Remember that all the vegetables, they have salt in natural way. They have salt, sugar, everything in it.
So I see you've got your salt in a jar, Ranita.
This is pink salt. I like to use pink salt.
So it usually comes like this.
Yeah. Because if I pour like this, then I don't know how much I'm putting the salt in. So I like to put it with this spoon, and then I can feel it how much I'm putting in.
So this is the Himalayan pink salt.
And if you want, you can put some masala. I usually put just coriander powder. But without any masala, if you taste this dal, this is the authentic taste of the flavor of vegetables and dal.
Okay.
And see how liquid it is. And this can be your one meal. Like in the dinner, I can have just this. And that's it. Then I don't get any gas, as you said.
Yeah, get lots of gas. Do you have any grains with it at all?
Yeah, I can have grains. Usually what I'm going to, like usually we have rice and dal. But now what I learned to have one grain at a time. So this is quinoa. Quinoa is a pseudo grain.
Okay.
Is a grain, but kind of seed and kind of grain. So it's alkaline too. So this is now protein, dal is acidic. So now I want something alkaline with it. So what I do, I soak this quinoa first. Again, quinoa has to soak at least 6 to 8 hours. So if I am cooking in the evening, I cook quinoa in the morning.
Soak it in the morning.
Soak in the morning. So can I have a jar of quinoa so we can show how it looks, the grain?
Yeah.
And then after soaking that, I as I said, I was addicted to rice. So I had a trick. I put 90% of quinoa and 10% rice. So that way my mind is happy that I am having rice. So this dal, see there are 90% are vegetables, maybe 70% are vegetables and 30% grain. So sometimes what I do, all this dal and rice only, vegetables and dal, that's it, my one meal. So my mind is happy that I got some carbohydrate.
And do you do any salad beforehand?
Yes, I have my salad is lettuce. So
If Ranita likes lettuce.
yeah, this is like a watery salad. You can cucumber.
Yeah.
So cucumber common. We also have cucumber. So that's very alkaline. So my salad is lettuce and cucumber. And Maureen had cucumber, snow peas, and maybe spinach.
Yeah.
Anything you can eat, but even tomato.
Celery is also another water vegetable, which is very good as well. All green, a lot of greens produce water, which is good for digestion.
Yeah. So now I've made this dal. Next one, I'll show you how to cook stir fry quinoa.
Stir fry quinoa.
So okay, see you.
Okay, Ranita.
It's my turn again. Okay. So I'm going to show stir fry quinoa. Okay. So again, my favorite oil, which is coconut oil. Just 2 tablespoons of it, not too much. And just add some ginger. So ginger. Give it just stir. Stir fry is always on high flame, because if you cook it on low flame, it will use a lot of water.
Yeah.
And this is induction stove. It goes very, very quick. If it's a gas, it's good actually. So I'll add some capsicum. So see how colorful it looks. So I like it's colorful things, green, yellow, and I love cabbage. You know, this is a replacement of onion for us. So whatever onions recipes are, I always
use the cabbage too?
Cabbage, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, actually cabbage is the same. If you just stir fry it little bit in oil and grind it and put it in this like a tomato onion gravy.
Okay.
Because I used to love onion. And then when I stopped onion, so what is the replacement for that? So I always use cabbage. And I'm not using the non-stick one. I just use stainless steel pot.
Okay. You don't need to put any liquid in it?
No, it will, you know, like a stir fry, as I said. If you feel like it's a little bit stiff, then you can just add some water in. It will leave a lot of water soon.
Yeah, cabbage.
If the cabbage leaves water, then even capsicum is also watery. This is not leaves water. And we have cooked the quinoa already, so you don't have to cook. Sorry. What happened?
It's just moved off the salmon and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will soak into that. Yeah. So now I'm going to put some stir fry sauce. But that's a good flavor. I'm not used to using this induction stove. It's very, very fast. It boils. So you can have just this like stir fry. It's very good. You just eat it like that, half cooked. The cabbage, you don't have to cook too much. So it's half cooked. Yeah. I'm just going to add this pre-cooked quinoa. And how to cook quinoa? 1 cup of quinoa, soaked one, and then you add 2 cups of water, same as rice. And I don't use pressure cooker. I use everything on the
Slow cooker. You got the slow cooker.
I have a slow cooker. I cook in that one. So I have a lot of stir fry sauce. So I don't have to add salt anymore. And if you want, you can add some soy sauce as well. Yeah, and that's it. It's ready. See, literally in 5 minutes, everything is ready. And I make like, you know, I would like to make some fun with my food. So you can make it like if you have your children, they don't want to eat vegetables, and also just make some fun. It's a boat.
Oh, you could have that cold, like a,
Yeah.
you have a buffet dinner kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, what a good idea.
So sometimes I get bored, so I just make fun with my things. So we have to hide.
Oh. Okay, that's really good. I'll be looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. See, we don't have to even put the lid on. If you put the lid on, it becomes very soggy. It's like, you know, separated, and everything has their own flavor. The beans and all, you can put it in here. And you must be wondering what this red in the jug is. So Maureen was wondering what I was doing in the morning when we did the juice, green juice and red juice. So that leftover, so all the fiber, I boiled it with the water and I made it a vegetable stock.
Oh wow, what a good idea.
So if you want to use this, when it cools down, you can keep it in the Ziploc bags and freeze it, and whenever you want you can use, or you can use in a freezer with an ice cube.
Okay.
Just put this in, and whenever you're cooking something like now, you can turn this into the soup. You can just put this water on that and it become a soup, quinoa vegetable soup.
Okay.
So we're not we using everything. We're not throwing any part of our whatever we use since the morning.
Look
And-
what Ranita's got here.
Yeah.
I often find these little containers with little stalks in them. And so what's she's done here?
Yeah. So this is a lettuce. You know, like how lettuce comes together, all these leaves. So I peel all the leaves, and this says I'm going to grow, and I'll get the hydroponic. It's called the water agriculture. So you are growing all the vegetables on the water. So we can have one session on that, Maureen.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'm
So
sure it'd be
I
very
don't throw
interesting.
anything. You know, whatever comes from the nature is so useful. So don't throw the things.
Okay.
I like
And
it.
what about the grain? People are not used to the word Dahl.
Yeah.
So I was saying to Pranita, maybe we should show you what Dahl is. So which Dahl is this?
This is a mung dal. Mung dal we call in Indian. This I don't know what English the word is, but it is in a green mung. It comes in the whole, but this is the split one, which is without skin. But if you cook any dal with the skin, is more nutrition. This is polished one.
Okay.
So next time maybe we can see it with the skin, dal with the skin.
So like brown lentils or something
Yeah.
like that?
So we have whole mung bean, and then we have split, which is with the skin, and this is without the skin. So this is maybe not that nutritional. With the skin is more nutrition.
Okay. Well, with all the other ingredients in the food, I'm sure it's not going to matter too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one more thing is, this is my kind of, like you can just sprinkle this chutney type of thing. What it is, raw coconut, then raw peanut and raw sesame, and I put a little bit amchur powder, dry mango powder, and coriander powder, and salt, and I just sprinkle on my food or on my salad, or when I eat this one, I just sprinkle all this on my leaves here, and just make it something. And this is natural fat. It is not refined oil. So whenever I eat this one, I get natural fat, and I don't put that fat on my body. It get digested in my stomach.
Okay. Yeah. So, as you know, Pranita likes her food really tasty. I tend to eat a bit more bland, so she'll offer you a lot more flavours than probably I will.
And that taste I learned now with the nutrition, because before we used to eat only for the taste, but I know why we need that taste, because in our body there are 6 types of tastes.
Okay.
So sweet we need salt, we need sour, we need pungent, and all the flavors, but with the understanding. Now I am doing with the understanding. Before I was doing everything without understanding, and now because of meditation, I have a curious intellect to why I am doing this.
Okay.
Yes. So, and that giving me more benefit. And when I eat with okay, I'm eating with a positive vibration, I'm cooking with a positive vibration, and it affects on my meditation power as well. I can connect to the source very easily. First thing is my body is relaxed, because a lot of work goes to the gut, and my gut is happy, and it is called gut is a second brain. So who is controlling my brain is my gut. So my gut is good, my thinking is good, and because I know meditation, how to create good thoughts, now my body is helping me to create my good thoughts. Because usually people say, oh, think positive, but I am sick, how am I going to make positive thoughts? So that my body is now happy, making my body balance alkaline and acid. So my meditation is becoming more and more finer. That's what my experience is.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks, Ranita. So that's the end of our show for today. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you again next time. So bye from Ranita, bye from Maureen, and from a very sunny day in Perth.
See you soon.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for episode 3. And now we're going to be moving on to the Q&A section. So we've got Sister Pranita here. And if you want to ask any questions, you're free to. So yeah, you're welcome to. You can unmute yourself and go ahead. And maybe, yeah, I can start things off if no one has a question, which is, Sister Pranita, I just wanted to ask how you prepared the dal, because I know you had the paste pre-ready. So I just wanted to ask how you did that.
So dal I soaked, like as I said, soak minimum 2 hours, because all the nutrition in it, like it's a protein. So the protein, when it is a raw thing, it is inactive protein. So when you soak it, that protein activates. And in this soaking makes it easy to digest in our body. So 1 cup of dal, I put 2 cups of water and soaked it, and then I drain that water, and then I cook with boiled water. Just 1 cup of dal, put 2 cups of boiled water, and then cook till it gets softened.
Okay, great. And then you just add the paste to your mixture.
Yeah. And the mung dal, it cooks very quickly. The other dal, they take a lot of time. So, and it's good if you can cook it on the slow. Just put that water and dal in the pan and just do your other things. Then it's slow cooking is very important, because, and we invented this pressure cooker. I never use pressure cooker because pressure cooker is not good for our health, because it tear apart all the molecular structure of the food. So I always use the open pot, and in Ayurveda it says when you cook, your food should have sunlight and the fresh air.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, May, go ahead.
Where you actually get them?
What? What's that?
Where do you actually get it from?
Sorry, Sister May, your voice is quite soft. Would you mind just speaking a bit louder?
Where actually you get it from? The moon dal.
Moong dal, Indian shops. You have in Woolworths and Coles as well. Yellow split moong dal.
Is that in Indian shops or?
Yes. Even
okay.
Woolworths also, Coles, you can get there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that
It's a lentil. Yeah.
All right.
It's a
Thank
lentil.
you.
We have one special show on the lentils, if you can watch it on the recorded program.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is one whole episode on the lentils.
Oh, okay.
How she can go, Karishma?
Actually, it'll be under the recorded programs on the virtual center website, or on YouTube as well, on the
Thank
BK
you.
Australia website.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So just with the dal as well, is it pretty much you can add any vegetables to dal?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Or is there some things you probably shouldn't pair?
Especially any vegetable, because dal is a protein, and to break that protein we need a amino acid, and which we get it from the dal. So we can add, that's why always we cook dal with some vegetables.
Okay.
Dal is not cooked on its own. Either we put coriander leaves, or curry leaves, or tomato, or any vegetable, it would be good. So, and dal should be in the less quantity, and the vegetables in the lot. But we do the exactly opposite. we cook like a lot of dal and little bit veggies. So that's not good because it's too much protein in our body. Once we grown up, like after the age of 25, we really don't need that much protein unless we are doing too much hard work. Or what we do, we eat a lot, and when we go into the gym, so that doesn't make any sense too. Like because we have so much tend to eat of wrong food at wrong timings. As I explained in the beginning, also we have to take one element at a time in our body and one thing at a time. So if you are eating fruits, just fruits, not with the food. What we usually do, we all even the salad we eat with the food. You have to eat salad first. Let it digest. Make your body alkaline first to digest your acidic food. But all the time we eat cooked food, and our body gets so tired and doesn't digest anything in our body, and everything is fermenting, and that's why we get sick. And that's why whatever, as I said, like our gut, the second brain. So that is controlling me. Even if I don't want to be angry, I get angry because I'm eating wrong food at the wrong time, in the wrong combinations, and the wrong attitude, and the wrong environment, watching TV, like fighting and talking around. So they all makes a lot of difference in it.
Yes.
It's very subtle, we just think like, oh, think positive, but I don't feel positive. Meditation is about feeling. So logically, I'm thinking, oh, I'm good, everything is good, I can sort it out, but I'm not feeling because in the gut, we create serotonin. And serotonin comes from the gut to the brain. And that's why there are a whole lot of mental sicknesses they come from the gut. When your body stop creating serotonin, we get mental issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the hormones, serotonin, melatonin, it is good for the sleep. Why we can't sleep? Because our body is working too much on the stomach only, can't digest anything. So our brain doesn't get any oxygen, or our other parts of our body are full of carbon dioxide. And we don't know how we are breathing, what environment we are in. So to make our body alkaline is very important. And that's the oxygen. And as much as oxygen goes into all the organs, I'm light here. And everything is pulling me down. The heavy food, early morning, I drink tea or coffee or a heavy breakfast. Because in modern science, we've been told to have a big breakfast in the morning. As soon as I eat big breakfast, 80% energy is going to the stomach to digest everything. And I have only 20% of energy for the whole day. And after breakfast, and then when we go somewhere, we saw something and we had that one, like I have one snack, or I have just like one fruit, or anything digesting. Before digesting, I put another thing, I put another thing. And what happens? So end of the day, I have minus energy and I can't sleep properly. So then imagine how can even if I am a yogi, I'm meditating every day, but I can't see any change in me, or people can't see any change in me. Or sometimes we just suppress everything and we pretend. It. But now my body is like so happy because my body doesn't have to work a lot. And I'm getting more energy. So whatever I eat, my body is digesting in a nice way and absorbing the nutrition. And I'm getting more energy. Whereas when I eat too much food, my energy is going only into the body and I don't get any energy in my mind and in my feelings. I think it makes sense.
That's great. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Teacher Pranita. Does anyone have any other questions? Or perhaps I think May did ask if we could have the recipes as well. So it'd be great if we can put the recipes up afterwards.
Okay. So I'll make sure to write the recipes as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you,
attending.
Om Shanti.
Great. Thank you for that. So if there's no other questions, I think we can end the session. And thank you so much for joining, everybody, and taking out your time. Thank you, Sister Pranita.
Thank you.
And have
Om
a great rest of
Shanti.
the day.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Bye.